It's not easy to find people speaking English.
No,
It's a challenge.
especially when the government.
Ah,
Really
yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
We want to talk about problems of our society,
Yeah.
so.
Very
Donc c'est toujours les NGO, more,
yeah,
more or less.
exactly. Yeah.
Way down we go, and that's our first track for today. Kaleo. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome on Tunis International Radio. You are listening right now to the daily edition of English language program presented by Huda Benchi, on air in Studio 1, and Noel Sadi for the technical engineering. Happy to have my guest today, and I'm really proud to have Omar Guiga. For many of you, probably they don't know the founder, but for sure you know the WALLYSCAR, the car that is 100% Tunisian. So welcome in our studio, Omar. How are you?
Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm very good, thank you.
So congratulations first.
Thank you.
WALLYSCAR is becoming the hot topic of many Tunisians. Oh, did you hear about that car? Did you hear about the 100 Tunisian car? It's really a great pride for us Tunisians because we've been waiting for something good news among all the bad social, economic, and financial news. But this is coming. Young people can do it and can take the challenge. And here it is, the WALLYSCAR and the ISIS car. The first car, and now we have another one. It seems that Iris?
Iris, exactly, yes.
Cool. So let's start with the historic and how did it start, the idea of the Guiga brothers to start this whole story and this challenge of making this mechanic industry. Actually.
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah, my name is Omar Guiga. I am 32 years old. I started when I was 21 with my brother Zied. He was
young.
24 years old, so indeed we were very young, and actually we couldn't foresee all the challenges that we had to go through. And this is the good thing when you are young, you know. You don't know all the things that are waiting for you, so you go for it.
Cool.
But yes, so the story started in 2005. We went to this island called Wallis and Futuna. It's a very small island in the Pacific Ocean, and we met Mr. René Bosch, who used to be a car manufacturer in the 1990s. And basically, he explained us how we could get into the automobile business, and especially in the automobile industry, without having hundreds of millions. And we were passionate about automobile, my brother and I, and since a very young age, one of our obsession was to take the automobile magazines and trying to find the Tunisian flag in these automobile magazines, which obviously we couldn't find. But we made the promise that one day we will put the Tunisian flag in the automobile magazines. So when we went back in Tunisia in 2006, we said, look, that was a great meeting and, you know, a great random meeting. And why not doing our own company? And why not inviting Mr. René Bosch to come to Tunisia and maybe to explain us how we could start? And, you know, it went as like simple as that, you know. We created the company in 2006. We started to look for component in Tunisia, suppliers in Tunisia, suppliers in Europe also to make a car because we don't have everything in Tunisia. And so we went through 2 years of prototyping from 2006 to 2008. 2008 we had the ISIS ready, which we presented to the Paris Automobile Fair, where you have around 1 million people going to this fair for 2 weeks. We were very stressed because, you know, to make a car it's something, but whether people will like the car, whether people will like the design, this is something else. We had a great success. People really liked it, especially people from France and Europe and the Caribbean islands, because for them it was a car that they couldn't find anymore. Do you want me to tell you about the niche now? I mean, about the market?
Yeah.
So look, when we started to design the car, we said, okay, are we going to go against the big ones, who like the company who have already billions of dollars and you know,
who are already set in the market?
They've been here for like a century now.
Yeah.
Or are we going to go to a niche market where this big car manufacturer don't go anymore because the productions are too small for them, you know. Making 10,000, 20,000 cars for them is not interesting.
Sure.
And we went for this niche.
Yeah.
A niche market where people are looking for a beach car, a second, a third car to go on holiday with, you know, when if you have a house in the south.
It's a car of prestige in a way.
Exactly, yes. It's a kind of prestige car which has to be affordable, which has to be cool, and which has to be very easy to maintain, you know. Today cars, you know, even to change a little thing about in the car, it's very expensive. So we designed the car to make it very easy to use and very easy to maintain. So we went to this niche car, to this niche market, and the European people really liked it. For example, if you had in the 1990s Citroën, which was making the Miari, Citroën Miari, which they stopped doing it. You had the Jeep Dallas, they stopped doing it also, the Mini Mock, which they stopped doing it. But the European market were looking for this kind of cars. And we said, let's do it, you know. In Tunisia, we have very, very strong boat industry. We know how to build boats. We have really good handmade, you know, workers. Europe, they have the mechanics, and they said, let's take the best of both and let's do our brand.
Yeah, let's do our brand. And this Tunisian brand is coming out. This is a dream coming true, which is the WALLYSCAR. You did the right thing. Actually, you targeted specific customers and you succeeded to attract their attention. From a prototype, you started thinking about having this industry, this mechanic industry. The beginning, we know, you as a young person and all the young people who are listening, the beginning are all the time difficult. Difficult because we think all the time about finances. So did the government help you in a way, or sponsor you, or finance you in your project, you as young people?
Look, in 2006, 2008.
Please don't be very diplomatic.
Okay, look, it's very hard when you are the first one to do it.
Yeah.
No one understands what you're doing. Even my mom didn't understand what we are doing.
Yeah.
So, you know, asking the government and the administration to understand also, it was challenging, you know. The Ministry of Industry give us all the rights and the licenses to produce cars, you know. So they understood that we could create added value to the country, you know.
Especially coming after that fair that you did.
Exactly.
So
yes,
there is a little bit of confidence.
So exactly, you know, to be the first one to build cars, we can understand some people can be a bit reluctant. They can be a bit afraid, you know. They don't want to take risk of giving licenses of something that they've never seen before. The Ministry of Industry, they believed in us, they trusted us, so they gave us the right to produce the cars. Then there are other ministry where you have, you know, to give the right to sell the cars, also the right to drive the car in the country, which they were a bit reluctant because they didn't know the car, you know. So we can understand that they were afraid. But, you know, because we showed persistence and because we showed hard work, in 2013, the Ministry of Trade and the Ministry of Transport, they gave us the right to sell the car in Tunisia and to give the right to the Tunisian to drive the cars, you know.
Okay.
So
but it came
obviously
after that the car had been sold in
France, in Switzerland, and everywhere in Europe.
Yeah, so the first car started to be sold in
France.
In France in
2008.
And 8.
Exactly.
You started selling your car, but
exactly.
With which means? With which budget?
With budget that we always said that our customer were our first investors. So in the Paris Motor Show, when people were taking orders, they had to put a deposit. With this deposit, we started to work. We started to set up a production line. We started to hire engineer and mechanical engineers. And this is thanks to our clients, you know. This is why our first market was Europe. And as soon as we were building the cars, we were exporting them straight to Europe.
Yeah.
We had the European licenses, you know, the European homologation, so the cars can be driven in European roads. So we exported to France, to Belgium, to Switzerland, to Italy, to Portugal, to Brazil, to Spain, and even to
Wow.
Turkey, to
And
Qatar.
we could not see this car circulating in Tunisia during that period.
Look,
Totally exported.
there is an expression saying you are not prophet in your own country, right?
Yeah,
So
that comes right.
it was our case.
Yeah, but finally,
Finally, yes.
yeah, it's better late than never.
Exactly.
Finally, now it starts to be commercialized in Tunisia.
Not only commercialized, we also had for the first time, 3 days ago, we've been invited in the ministry by the Minister of Industry, Mr. Slim Fariani, who gave us a honorific trophy.
Yeah.
And for the first time, we had the Tunisian government who recognized our work.
Yeah.
And you know, it means something, you know. The thing that people have to understand also, the government cannot be here for everyone. And we have this kind of things that in Tunisia which is called effet d'annonce. So people say things and they don't produce things, you know.
Yeah.
It's normal that things takes time. It's part of the process. This
Yeah.
is what I always say to young entrepreneurs.
Mhm.
You need to love the process. And you know,
to have patience.
To have patience and to know that even if you think that you work hard, it's not enough, you know. We've been working hard for the past 12 years, and it's normal that at the end the government recognize your work. The IMF have recognized our work. We had a month ago a prize given by Madame Christine Lagarde, who gave us the prize of the most innovative company in the Arab world, and with the growth employment, with a very strong growth potential growth employment.
Yeah.
So you know,
let's go back to the car now. You chose to get involved into a very important industry, which is the mechanic industry. And you have challenges today since the Tunisian market is open for you, brothers Guiga. So how did you manage to impose yourself in the Tunisian market compared to other very famous German and French markets and cars, actually?
Yeah.
What are the things that you can find in a Wally's that are really can give the Tunisian confidence? Actually, by the way, I really advise you to go on the Facebook page of WALLYSCAR. I've been watching a video that is really amazing, where one of the Giga's brother is throwing a brick literally on the car, and it is perfect. Yeah. Nothing is changing. So what does it do to?
Look, the body of the car is extremely strong.
This is really cool, exactly. Especially for people who look for security.
Exactly. Look, we don't hesitate with quality. We made the car very strong as a body car, the body of the car. We made a chassis which is also extremely strong and completely galvanized. So you will never have any problem with corrosion on your body part and on your chassis. This is something very important, to have a car well maintained for many years.
Yes.
We also work with a big French car manufacturer. I don't know whether I have the right to name it.
Yeah, okay.
With the Peugeot Citroën. So we've been working with them. It's a partner for the past 10 years. We are using their mechanics and their engine. Why we are using them? Because first of all, it's extremely reliable mechanics. It's very economic also, and it's very easy to maintain. And when we export to France and to European countries, you know, they don't want to be stuck with the Tunisian engine. They want to be they want to find spare parts everywhere in Europe.
This
so
really
exactly, Peugeot Citroën fixed this issue for us. The Wallis is also 100% customized. So whether you want to have it pink, green, blue, yellow, you can have
all tagged.
Exactly. You have
colorful,
250 different colors you can have. Same for the leathers, and same for all these small accessories.
So it can be 100% personalized.
Exactly. And you know, today I think people are fed up with being like everyone, you know?
Mass production.
Mass production. We went back to old time when the car is made by hand with a lot of love, with a lot of passion and patience, you know.
Yes.
And
And that's what is typical actually about the
exactly.
Wallis, is the handicraft, everything made, handmade. And that's what European people like also.
We produce 250 cars a year,
Mm-hmm.
and they are all made by love. And you know, this is why people come to us,
Mm-hmm.
is because they know that it's a masterpiece. Every car is different,
Mm-hmm.
and our customers wants to feel different, and this is what we provide.
Yeah. This is really good because actually we started watching some of the WALLYSCAR circulating in Tunisia, and I'm really happy because I heard a lot about it before, but we never saw the car circulating in Tunisia, and now it is a look, that's a 100% Tunisian car. This is really nice. I've been saying that to my kids. Look, this is Tunisian, you know? This is not French, this is not German. And actually, do you think now about Tunisian, do they have actually confidence enough in the Tunisian brand? We have that mentality, everything that is made Tunisian is not really properly done. And we opt all the time for things that are imported. Oh, look, this is from that trademark from Germany, that's from France. So I think you are going to face this mentality. So what are the responses that come from people who say, oh, now I have my car circulating, we have our Tunisian trend? What kind of responses? Do you still have to face that?
Yes, look, it's normal. As we were saying earlier, when you are first, you have more challenges than the others.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, the revolution brought something great in Tunisia. Brought that much more patriotism and nationalism, in the sense that we have to help Tunisian products. So we give more the benefits of the doubt now than before. Okay.
Yeah.
Our job is also to change the mentalities in two ways. First of all, the mentality of giving trust in Tunisian products. And the second thing that we have challenges with, is that the Tunisian product is not synonym of cheap. The problem is every Tunisian thinks that has to be cheap. Tunisian brand has to be cheap.
Because we know that tax is what makes prices very high.
Taxes, and you know, there is something, the when you produce a lot, you can play with the price.
Exactly.
But when you do 200, 300 cars, you can't play with your suppliers. You can't have this big margin of negotiation. So the price is more or less high, not very high.
How much does a very standard car cost?
So the very standard ones start from 34,000 dinars, which is
for the Iris and for the Isis.
No, the Isis we don't produce it anymore. But for the Iris, yes. For the Iris, it started from 34,000 dinars.
That will be soon launched in March, I suppose.
Which is which is already now.
Iris is already available.
The Iris is already available. The one which is gonna be soon launched is the pickup. Okay?
Oh yeah,
so,
the pickup.
Yes.
Nice.
So we're gonna soon have the first Tunisian pickup. But this is gonna be a surprise for everyone.
Yeah, okay, keeping the suspense.
Exactly. So it starts from 34,000 dinars, can go up to 64,000.
So depends on the 64 or 46.
No, sorry, 46. Oh my God.
Yeah,
no, 46.
Depending on the options that they can add.
Depending on the option you can have, exactly.
Yes, and that's exactly what we've been speaking in the off, is that the WALLYSCAR, if you can buy it standard, but you can add whenever you want the options that you want to add, because we know Tunisians, they like these options, these extra things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so the challenge is to change the mentality and to say, look, Tunisian brand do great product, great services. Don't worry about the price, you know. And the thing that the Tunisian people have to understand is, in order to have a strong nation, we have to have an independent industry, an independent national industry. If we keep relying on foreign industry, we will never be independent. You know, we had our independence in 1956. Okay, when they left Tunisia, but they are still colonizing us with their brand. Exactly. And we have to be strong and to have our strong brands and to be independent. We can't just rely on them.
So cool. So that's what is the WALLYSCAR. For those who want to know more about it, go on the Facebook page, go and discover what is there, and send them a note. Just it's almost time for me to leave you, but probably a last message that Omar Guiga can give to all the young people who still believe that things are impossible without financing.
Look,
You are the best example.
yes, exactly. Everything is possible, and trying to find excuses not to do what you love, it's crazy for me, because if
Yeah.
you are not doing it, someone else will do it, and you will just be watching. Everything is possible. You have to work a lot, you know. You have to love the process, and you have to believe in yourself. Even if everyone around you tells you it's not possible, it's definitely possible.
Definitely possible, and that's the best message that Omar Giga, actually the brothers Giga, are sending you. Thanks a lot for
Thank you very
giving
much.
this hope to the young
Thank you very
people.
much for your invitation.
We hope that we are going to see more cars, Tunisian cars circulating. The WALLYSCAR is one of it. So wish you all the best, dear faithful listeners. Stay tuned. We are going to have the podcast available on RTCI English program Voice of the Youth, and here is one of the youth speaking just to you, from the heart to the heart. Bye bye.
Merci beaucoup.
Ah,
That's
c'était
cool,
cool,
no?
c'était bien.
Yes.
Très à l'aise. Tu as vidéo avec le micro, ça y est,
Oui,
on a plus ce stress.
Oui.